Hi, welcome to the second day of trigonometry. Today we're not going to take traditional notes. We're just going to do a few examples from your packet. So you're going to need a calculator, pencil, and then your packet. If in your packet right now you could please find Trig worksheet number 2, and it should look like the one that you see right here. We're going to do problem 1 together, you guys are going to do problem 2, and then we're going to call it a day. So looking at the directions, it says use the trig ratios to find x and y. You must show a sine, cosine, or tangent ratio. Round all answers to the nearest tenth. So before, what we did is you were given an angle and you expressed the sine, cosine, and tangent of that angle. Now we're going to be using those ratios to find missing side lengths. So looking at problem 1. Well, first thing I'm going to do is write SOHCAHTOA at the top. So if you could please do that with me. Looking at problem 1, I have this angle. I'm going to start by finding x, so just ignore y. I have x, which is opposite of angle 50, and then I have this 10, which is the hypotenuse. Now I need to think, which ratio uses opposite and hypotenuse? Looking at my SOHCAHTOA, that's the sine. So right now I'm going to say the sine of my angle, the sine of 50 degrees, is equal to, opposite is x, and the hypotenuse is 10. Now I can solve for x. Sine of 50 is a number, so I'm going to put that over 1. Now this should look kind of familiar. You're going to use cross products. X multiplied by 1 is just x, and then I have 10 multiplied by the sine of 50. Do not combine the 10 and the sine 50. Sine of 50 is some number, so can't be combined with the 10. Now is where the calculator comes in, so if you would please take your calculator out. Here's mine. First thing that I want you to do is hit mode. Go down. Make sure your mode is on degree and not radian. We're never going to use radian, so make sure it's in degree. Now, if we remember from before, we need to take 10, multiply it by the sine of 50 degrees, and hit enter. I get 7.66. So that means x is equal to 7.66. So if we could write that, x is equal to 7.66. And then put that on a line, x is equal to 7.66. Okay, now I want to find y. This time I'm going to ignore x, and I'm just going to look at y and my 10. Y in this case is the adjacent, 10 is still the hypotenuse. So I need to think which ratio uses adjacent and hypotenuse. In this case, that's going to be cosine. So I have the cosine of 50 degrees is equal to y over 10. Remember, put that over 1. Use your cross products, and you get y is equal to 10 multiplied by the cosine of 50 degrees. Again, we need to go to the calculator. So this time I'm going to do 10 multiplied by the cosine of 50 degrees, and I get 6.43. So y is equal to 6.43. Again, write that on the line. Y is equal to 6.43. And that's it. Finish with problem 1. Right now, I would like you to try problem 2, please. So pause the video, write 1 ratio to find x and 1 to find y. When you are finished with the problem, come back and we'll go over it together. Okay, ready to go over it? I hope that you tried both of these on your own. So first, I'm going to try to find x. I have this 35 degrees, and I have x and 13. Sorry, my SOHCAHTOA went away. Okay, so x is the opposite, 13 is the adjacent, so I want to use tangent. I have the tangent of 35 degrees is equal to x opposite over 13, which is my adjacent. When I put this over 1, I get x is equal to 13 multiplied by the tangent of 35 degrees. Going to my calculator, I have 13 multiplied by 5 9.10. Okay, so now I know that x equals 9.10. I'm going to write that on the line. Right? I think that's what it was. 9.10. Okay. Now, let's move on to find y. I'm going to erase everything that I put. Okay. This time, I'm going to look at the 13 and the y. The 13 is adjacent. The y is hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse, that's going to be cosine. So I have the cosine of 35 degrees is equal to my adjacent, which is 13, over y. Okay, this looks different from what we've done before. So again, put this over 1. 13 multiplied by 1 is 13. And then I have y multiplied by the cosine of 35 degrees. I want just y, so I need to divide by cosine of 35. And I get y equals 13 divided by the cosine of 35 degrees. Now I need to go to my calculator and do 13 divided by the cosine of 35. So 13 divided by the cosine of 35. So y is 15.87. So y is equal to 15.87. Hopefully those two went well for you. When you come into class tomorrow, we will be finishing this worksheet. Thank you and bye.